Have you ever felt like you're stuck on a financial treadmill? You're working hard, you're doing everything right, but you're just not getting anywhere? Well, today we're going to break down 5 really powerful principles for building wealth. These are the kinds of lessons you probably didn't learn in school, but they are absolutely essential for real financial success. Okay, let's get into it. Man, does this sound familiar? It's that feeling of being stuck, right? Like all your hard work isn't really translating into a better life. This exact frustration is what kicks off our story today, and it leads to a pretty life-changing encounter. So let's meet Sam. He's 27, and that quote we just saw, yep, that's him. He's just wondering how he can possibly escape this cycle. Then, one day, he kind of wanders onto the property of this huge mansion and meets the owner, a wealthy but really down-to-earth guy named Mr. Hayes. And this chance meeting, this is where everything starts to change for him. Sam basically lays out all his frustrations, and Mr. Hayes responds with this incredible promise. He tells Sam that building wealth isn't some big secret that's only for a few lucky people. Nope. He says it's built on a foundation of principles that anyone, and he means anyone, including Sam, can follow. And these are the 5 principles we're going to unpack right now. Okay, so before you can build anything that lasts, you've got to have a solid base, right? Mr. Hayes explains that the first 2 principles are the absolute bedrock of your financial stability. Without them, trying to build wealth is kind of like trying to build a skyscraper on sand. It's just not going to work. So here they are. Principle number 1, spend less than you earn. I know, it sounds super simple, but it is the non-negotiable starting line. And principle 2, have an emergency fund. Life happens. Unexpected car repairs, medical bills, they pop up. This fund is your financial safety net. It's what protects you from going into debt when things get tough. Let's make this real. Say you make $5,000 a month. The goal here is to try and set aside at least $2,000 of that. Now, this isn't about depriving yourself or anything. It's about creating a gap, a space between what you earn and what you spend. That gap, that's where your financial freedom really begins. So once that foundation is solid, where do you put your money first? Well, Mr. Hayes' 3rd principle offers a kind of surprising but really powerful answer. The best place to invest your money isn't in the stock market or in real estate. It's actually somewhere much, much closer to home. That's right. Forget stocks, forget crypto, forget all that other stuff for a minute. According to Mr. Hayes, the single most valuable asset you have is your own set of skills, your ability to create value for other people. That's your number 1 engine for building wealth. And pouring your resources back into that engine is the smartest move you can make. So, how do you do it? Well, you take your main skill, whether that's writing code, fixing cars, or managing projects, and you get better at it. You invest your time, your energy, and your money to become a master of your craft. This is how you go from being paid for your time to being paid for the results you deliver. And believe me, that shift changes everything. Okay, so with a solid foundation and a more valuable skill set, you're naturally going to start earning more. This leads us right into the final 2 principles. First, using those skills to actively boost your income, and then putting that extra money to work, creating passive income. This is the stage where your money finally starts working for you instead of the other way around. Now, putting money to work can mean a lot of things, from real estate to stocks. One area that people explore, and it's definitely high risk, high reward, is currency trading, also known as Forex. And while it's for sure not for everyone, just understanding the basics is a pretty cool way to see how asset growth works in the real world. So let's start with the absolute basics. A currency is just the money a country uses. Like the US dollar, the euro, the Japanese yen. When you travel, you exchange one for another. Well, in the Forex market, traders are doing that same thing, but on a massive scale, and they're betting on how the values of these currencies are going to change. The whole game in any kind of trading is simple. Buy low, sell high. In Forex, that means traders make money when a currency they own appreciates or goes up in value. Of course, the flip side is the risk that it might depreciate or go down, and in that case, they lose money. In the market, you'll always hear about a bid price. All that means is it's the price buyers are offering to pay right now for something. So if that bid price is higher than what you originally paid for your currency, you can sell it and lock in a profit. The tricky part, of course, is that these prices are changing literally every second. But, and this is a really important but, it is not a one-way street. You might hear these exciting stories about quick profits, but every single experienced trader will tell you they've also taken some hits. just like any market, there are some pretty big risks, and there are absolutely no guarantees. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, from building your own personal financial foundation all the way to the super fast-paced world of currency trading. So let's bring it all back home and look at the complete 5-step plan that Mr. Hayes shared with Sam. And there it is, the full roadmap, laid out in 5 clear steps. First, you build that foundation by living below your means and setting up a safety net. Then, you invest in yourself to boost your earning power. And finally, with that higher income, you start creating passive income streams, making your money work for you. It's a powerful journey that takes you from financial stress to financial freedom. So, there you have it. The principles aren't a secret anymore. You have the exact same roadmap that totally changed Sam's perspective on everything. The only question left is the one you see right here. Knowing what you know now, what is the very first step you're going to take?